And let's take a quick look at what happened previously. Now, last week's show started off with a promo between Randy Orton and AJ Styles, quickly descended into chaos with that low blow by AJ Styles. And that wasn't where that was going to end this evening. No, AJ Styles also attacking Randy Orton from behind in the backstage area. Nobody broke this one up, which is something that Shane McMahon was not happy about, and I'm sure he'll be addressing that. But Saito suplexed there by AJ Styles. Now, Randy did get a little bit of aggression back here by putting the bin on the head of AJ and catching him with that big right hand. But it was AJ who came out on top in the end, hitting this Styles clash on the concrete outside the locker room, and then finishing him off with the Death Valley driver onto the knee. So I'm sure we'll see some more of that here this evening. Shane McMahon will have to address it. Also on Monday Night Raw, Mick Foley made the challenge. Champion versus champion. Our first inter-brand match of the Universe mode. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Will that challenge be accepted? It's time to find out as we get into our episode of Smackdown. Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of our WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. This is our next episode of Smackdown Live, live from Rosemont, Illinois. And I believe we got Shane McMahon first. So it looks like we're going to see straight away our general manager Shane McMahon coming to the ring. Looks like he may be trying to address some of these issues straight off. Of course, we know the ongoing feud between AJ Styles and Randy Orton is due to culminate this Sunday at the Royal Rumble as Randy Orton challenges AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. What will Shane do to try and keep these two apart this evening? That's going to be an interesting one. And also, what is he going to say about the challenge set by Mick Foley for the inter-brand match? Let's get straight into the ring and see exactly what Shane McMahon has got to say for us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Smackdown Live. Now, I've got a few things I want to address here this evening. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you're pretty excited for the show that's to come. First things first, last week on Raw, Mick Foley challenged our women's champion Becky Lynch to an inter-promotional match at the Royal Rumble. I've spoken to Becky and we agree that we think it's a fantastic idea and we'd love to see who the top female is across the WWE. So that match at the Royal Rumble will go ahead. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch, champion versus champion. Also last week, we saw AJ Styles colliding with Randy Orton quite a lot. Now I want to try and avoid that happening. I want to try and save these two guys for the Royal Rumble. So to do that, I have tonight banned Randy Orton from the arena. Randy will not be here this evening. However, we will be seeing AJ Styles in action this evening against our Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler, champion versus champion in our main event. And now for the big news, the big thing that I've been negotiating all week, and it has finally come to fruition. I believe that Raw is not suitably using the Cruiserweights correctly. Therefore, I've managed to persuade the directors to allow SmackDown joint ownership of the Cruiserweight Championship. This means that the whole Cruiserweight division will also be available to be on SmackDown shows as well. And we're going to start things off with our very first match coming up right now. So here go the big news from Shane McMahon. SmackDown Live have now got themselves the services of the Cruiserweights as well. And here we are with our opening match of the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown Live. Cedric Alexander, Akira Tozawa, Tomasso Ciampa, and Jack Gallagher. Let the new era begin. Well, that was a long loading screen, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it. So I've not actually checked these four guys yet to see if their entrances are okay. This one, Akira Tozawa, looks spot on though. It's a really good call, this one actually, isn't it? I've struggled with Akira Tozawa so hard to find a really good one, but this one does look fantastic. Now I know that Tozawa will be more heavily involved in the WWE in the coming weeks since his last couple of appearances for Dragon Gate over in Japan come to an end. Which is why you'll notice that only a few of the Cruiserweights are so far working for the WWE, because they have been allowed time to finish off all their independent dates. People like Noam Dar finishing off a lot of his British dates, Akira Tozawa finishing off his Japanese Dragon Gate dates, You have Mascarada, Sagrada, whatever his name is, or Gran Metalik. He's finishing off his dates for CMLL. So give it another 2 or 3 months or so and there will be a lot more cruiserweights in the WWE. And here comes Tomasso Ciampa. Sniffing quite a lot by the looks of it. Don't know why he's sniffing that much. But of course the good thing about having the cruiserweights on Smackdown as well is that it means both Smackdown and Raw now have access to DIY, of course the tag team of Tomasso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. So whether those two guys will get an opportunity at some point to go for the tag team championships is a possibility, you know. It's going to be interesting as well, of course, with the Royal Rumble coming up very, very soon. Now, I'm disappointed because I really want to get the Royal Rumble uploaded this weekend, or the weekend just gone if you're watching this now, which you will be watching this now because I just uploaded it. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I ended up working a lot of the weekend, so I really didn't have the time to get it recorded, which is very disappointing. But it means our next shows are going to be the Royal Rumble, so keep an eye out for that. It will be this week. Maybe give me a couple of days or so. It should be easy enough to record. But it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. And here comes Cedric Alexander to American Alpha's music by the sounds of it, but still. So this is a much better Cedric Alexander. It was mentioned in the comment section that there was a better one available. I can't honestly remember who it was that suggested it though. It may have been I Will One. I'm not 100% sure though. But yeah, someone did mention there was a much better version than the one I had. And this is that one, I believe. Yeah, I think if you type in Crow or... There's another one as well, isn't it? It's not just Crow. Eamon. It's like Eamon 1, 2... I can't remember what it is now, but Eamon's a really good core creator as well, and he's got some fantastic ones on there, including quite a few of the cruiserweights. I think 2 or 3 of these guys in this match might all be from the same guy. He's a fantastic core creator. So yeah, with the cruiserweights coming to SmackDown now as well, it means there's going to be a lot more action from these guys. As Shane McMahon said in the little promo at the beginning of the show, he doesn't think that Raw were using the cruiserweights to their full use, to the full sort of potential. So he's going to give them an opportunity as well. Whether we may see the cruiserweights split at some point and go half on Raw, half on SmackDown is interesting to see. We could definitely get some more cruiserweights involved. So I'm just listening to the music, I quite like it. And here comes Jack Gallagher, the one that WWE were very, very high on backstage by all accounts. They very much like this young lad, and he was a very, very good wrestler. I understand exactly why they would like him, actually. The old English style wrestler as well. And this is going to be a very interesting match, this one, to see which one of these 4 guys can start off the Cruiserweight SmackDown era with a victory. Of course, we know on Sunday it will be TJ Perkins defending his belt against Brian Kendrick, but you'd think the winner of these 4 men would probably get themselves much higher up the rankings as well. And of course, maybe 1 or 2 of these guys could actually be involved in the Rumble as well. I still haven't decided who's going to be in the Rumble yet, to tell the honest truth. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Well, we will, at the Rumble, of course, this Sunday. I keep saying this Sunday. I always say this Sunday, but I mean that role-playing wise, because of course in the game it is this Sunday, because this is a Tuesday night SmackDown. Then yeah, the Royal Rumble will be taking place on the Sunday, so it will probably be uploaded probably Wednesday or Thursday maybe. Oh, I love that move. That is one of my favourite moves. That is also one of Kenny Omega's special moves, that one as well. The electric chair deadlift German suplex by Akira Tozawa. Cedric Alexander now taking Tomasso Ciampa to the outside. Cedric rolling through now on Akira Tozawa, and for some reason Gallagher doesn't want to break it up. And we're going to go for the... Don't get stuck in this reversal. This used to happen a lot in one of the previous games. Why are the other 2 guys not breaking that pin up? I really don't understand this game sometimes. I really don't. Both Jack Gallagher and Tomasso Ciampa just stared at that pin, didn't want to break it up. Now we're down to 2 guys in the ring. We're down to Tomasso Ciampa and Akira Tozawa. Ciampa there with a brainbuster now, dragging Tozawa into the middle of the ring. Dropping a boot onto the inside of the arm of Akira Tozawa. Tozawa now, big uppercut on Tomasso Ciampa. So by having the Cruiserweights on both Raw and SmackDown, that means that people that are drafted to a specific brand, such as Sin Cara and Kalisto, will now both get an opportunity. I think Sin Cara, of course, on Raw was always going to get a chance, but Kalisto, I think, could be a really big asset to the Cruiserweight division. And I think at some point they will... I think at some point one or two of the Cruiserweights will travel across to SmackDown. Whether SmackDown will create their own Cruiserweight division is yet to be seen. I think there definitely is enough talent, especially if you utilise some of the guys in NXT as well. People like Andrade Cien Almas could definitely play a part in the Cruiserweight division. Even Austin Aries could probably have a chance of being involved, but I think they probably want to do a bit more of Austin Aries. Great move there by Cedric Alexander, just destroying the neck there of Jack Gallagher. Tozawa's now up on the middle rope. Springboard frog splash by Cedric Alexander, and a big back senton by Akira Tozawa. High fly match this one, all four guys showing a lot of ability. Tozawa now trying to take Tomasso Ciampa out of the ring. And Tozawa's going to follow as that dragon suplex there by Cedric Alexander, middle of the ring. I thought he might have held that for the pin, but he's going to go for a pin now on Jack Gallagher. 1, 2... Tozawa tried to break that and completely missed and whacked both his elbows on the ground. Tozawa now straight jacket German suplex on Cedric Alexander. Why is Jack Gallagher not breaking that pin? I don't understand this game. This is happening quite a lot now. People are not breaking pins. I don't know if it's another glitch. I know there was a problem where that was happening, but I think they, as far as I'm aware, it was fixed in the second patch, which was released last week. But there was a problem where referees weren't... Jack Gallagher. Yeah, there was a problem where referees weren't counting pins as well, which we had a problem with last week with American Alpha, didn't we? Where they hit their finisher maneuver. Tozawa now taking Tomasso Ciampa into the announce table on the outside. Sunset flip bomb by Cedric Alexander on Jack Gallagher. Gallagher really struggling here. I think it almost looked like Cedric Alexander was looking for a tag there, but he's willing Gallagher back up to his feet. And Alexander changes his mind. Looks like he was going to go for a springboard maybe, but dropped down as soon as Gallagher got up to his feet. Gallagher now hooking the leg. They're going to go for a regal plex on the outside. Wow, dropping Alexander onto the body of Akira Tozawa. And now Jack Gallagher sending Tomasso Ciampa in the ring. And an elbow across the face of Ciampa. Jack Gallagher taunting there. Pretty bad idea as Cedric Alexander just throws him straight back into the ring. And now Gallagher going to roll out the other side. Ciampa with the arm drag on Cedric Alexander. And a short DDT. And Akira Tozawa's there now. Michinoko driver. There goes Tomasso Ciampa now. Akira Tozawa and Cedric Alexander in the middle of the ring. It's been a very good match, actually. I've quite enjoyed this match. It's been very back and forth. Everyone's really had a good opportunity to show what they can do. Oh, what is that called? I can't remember what it's called now. The Chaos Theory German suplex by Doug Williams. And it is broken just in time there by Jack Gallagher. It was Chaos Theory, wasn't it? It was the German suplex used by Doug Williams in TNA when he was the X Division champion. About sort of 3 or 4 years ago. Ciampa misses that big clothesline. Alexander slamming the knee of Ciampa into the mat. Jack Gallagher here is just tying Akira Tozawa up in bows on the outside. That's what he's good at. Cedric Alexander. There's the lumber check. Tozawa and Jack Gallagher going up the ramp, and Cedric Alexander did not position that very well at all. And the rope break. He could have had the win, Cedric Alexander, if he'd positioned that correctly. Tozawa now sending Alexander into the corner. Into the far ropes. This is a very long way of going there. Tozawa completely missed his hip attack in the corner. Alexander now taking Tozawa up top. Was that Jack Gallagher's finisher by any chance? I know it sounds stupid, but when Jack Gallagher won matches in the Cruiserweight Classic, he used, I think in the very first round, he used a massive impactful drop kick in the corner in the first round, didn't he, to win it. And I've just seen him hit a big drop kick there as well. I'm not sure if that was classed as his finisher maneuver. Alexander's up top. He's got a good chance here. Both Gallagher and Akira Tozawa are down on the outside. If Alexander can get a pin. There's the crossbody, holds the pin as well. Both Tozawa. Oh, Tozawa just got back in the ring. Wouldn't have made it, but Tomasso Ciampa did kick out. And Cedric Alexander has looked very, very strong in this match. He's looked like he's the most likely one to pick up the victory, but you can never tell it in a fatal four-way. Jack Gallagher now, again, just folding Tozawa up, wrenching back of that arm. And now it looks like we are going to see what Jack Gallagher's finish maneuver is on this game. Rolls him through into a single leg Boston Crab, but Tozawa's foot was underneath the bottom rope. The referee makes Jack Gallagher break that straight away. Gallagher thrown over the top rope by Ciampa. Ciampa does not notice Cedric Alexander behind him. Alexander now sending Ciampa into the corner, picking him up onto the top turnbuckle. And that big Frankensteiner from the top rope. Gallagher, great little head scissor takedown. Now Gallagher has Akira Tozawa. I do like Akira Tozawa. I watched him quite a bit over in Dragon Gate USA and PWG's made a few appearances for as well. Even Dragon Gate Japan, I've got a few DVDs here and there where I've watched him. Dragon Gate USA, I remember watching one event where he took a camera off a lady in the front row and then proceeded to beat up his opponent while taking photographs of it as well. Which was, quite funny. I thought it was quite funny actually. And he's a very charismatic guy as well, as you've probably seen. Just by the sheer fact that he makes a lot of noise all the time. Tomasso Ciampa now looking for a Project Ciampa, but Jack Gallagher rolled through into a sunset flip pin. And what was Cedric? This game is so broken still. Fix it, WWE. Or fix it, 2K. Does somebody fix it? It's still so broken. 2K for me. So I've brought a lot of games recently. A lot of games. And every single one has its glitches, don't get me wrong. But none of them are ever released as broken as these 2K games are. It's incredible, really. There's a lumber check once again. Alexander again with a pin. Tomasso Ciampa's arm is again underneath the bottom rope. And Akira Tozawa does make it in to break up the pin. In fairness, the referee should not have counted that. Like I said, Ciampa's Ciampa's arm was underneath the bottom rope, so that should have been a rope break. Jack Gallagher with a leg drop there on Akira Tozawa. Shining Wizard there by Cedric Alexander. And now again, Jack Gallagher into that single leg Boston Crab. Cedric Alexander hasn't noticed the submission hold. Oh, Cedric Alexander did not notice the submission hold. And behind his back, Akira Tozawa taps. And Jack Gallagher picks up the victory. A submission victory. Oh my god. How often do we see submission victories so far in this game now? Twice. Once last week on Smackdown, once this week on Smackdown. And out of nowhere, Jack Gallagher, who in my mind was struggling throughout this match, has managed to pick himself up a victory in the Fatal 4-Way. Jack Gallagher, a real top lad. Big future in this universe mode, I think, for him. And maybe an alliance with a certain tag team maybe on Smackdown, you could probably guess. And here's our second match of the evening. It is going to be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, Apollo Crews, who will be challenging Dolph Ziggler on Sunday. He's going to be taking on the Devil's favourite demon, Kane. So we're going to get straight into this one now. And it's going to be interesting actually to see Apollo Crews taking on Dolph Ziggler this Sunday. Crews getting an opportunity to get himself a bit of gold for the first time in the WWE. And of course this all came about when Crews defeated Dolph Ziggler in our very first episode of SmackDown in this universe mode. And since then he's been pretty dominant. He defeated Dolph Ziggler and he defeated James Ellsworth. So it's not exactly been too difficult to get that second victory, was it really? Dolph Ziggler also last week defeated James Ellsworth. So it'd be pretty interesting to see if Apollo Crews can continue building his momentum here by defeating the Devil's favourite demon, the Big Red Machine, Kane. I think he probably should beat him, to tell the truth. I think he is higher rated than Kane. But this game's not incredibly accurate half the time, is it? Let's face it. I know this year it's supposed to be a lot more realistic for victories. But you never know, do you? The Demon Kane. I want to try and do some more with Kane, because he doesn't really seem to have a lot of chance in the WWE at the moment. He's in this random little thing maybe with Randy Orton and the Wyatt family. It's still pretty confusing to see what's going to happen there between Randy Orton and the Wyatt family. Randy made a hint of even joining the Wyatt family at some point, which I don't know. I think it could be some sort of twisted way for Randy Orton to get his hands on Bray Wyatt a bit easier. But it did it at the expense of Kane, so maybe, I don't know, it's a tricky one. I'm sure we can find something for Kane to do at WrestleMania, in our universe mode anyway. Of course, Kane last week faced off against Baron Corbin, and it was Baron Corbin who picked up the victory over Kane. Baron Corbin also picked up a victory over Luke Harper the week before as well, so Baron Corbin's really on a very good vein of form, and of course Baron Corbin will be part of the Royal Rumble this Sunday, as the two guys lock up at the beginning of this match, and Apollo Crews showed his strength advantage here, but Kane showed his experience slipping around the back there and locking into a headlock on Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews really struggling to get out of this headlock. Kane continues his grip, and a big right hand. And a belly-to-belly suplex there by Kane. Of course, we all know Kane's history in the Royal Rumble, and this year it's going to be no different. He's going to get his opportunity. Will he take it as well as he has done in the past? That's going to be the big question. Of course, Kane, he holds the record for the most Royal Rumble appearances, I believe. And he holds the record for the most Royal Rumble eliminations, I believe. However, his record for most eliminations in one Rumble was taken away from him by Roman Reigns. The man they just want to shove down everyone's throats as far as they possibly can took away Kane's record. I don't believe that was right. I think Kane has been a fantastic servant for the WWE for years upon years upon years, and he's not had a lot of fantastic, great power slam there by Apollo Crews. He's not had a lot of fantastic moments in his career. Don't get me wrong. He's had some good ones. He's won the championship. He's won some big matches, but that record he had at the Royal Rumble was one of his main sort of things he had to hold on to from his career in the WWE. And then don't get me wrong, he was going to lose it at some point, but to lose it to a guy who must have been in his first or second year of professional wrestling, in Roman Reigns at that point in time, I think was just a bit of a piss take, really. I don't dislike Roman Reigns, but I do dislike the way he's been. It's the same as John Cena. I don't think anyone dislikes John Cena. They dislike the way that he's booked all the time. And at the moment, John Cena's being booked a lot more realistically over on Smackdown, which is a really good thing because it's allowing the really talented people to get more of a chance to show what they can do. However, over on Raw, Roman Reigns is still being shoved down our throats. And if rumours are correct, then Roman Reigns is going to be the next person to go for the Universal Championship. Even though he's already the United States Champion, he's going to be going after Kevin Owens in the December pay-per-view by all accounts, which is, for me, a piss take again. For me, there's no way that Roman Reigns should be going for the Universal Championship while he's still holding the United States. There's no way anybody should go for the main championship while they're already holding another championship, in my opinion. If they want to let Roman Reigns lose the belt and then go on and push on for the Universal Championship, that's absolutely fine by me, but I hate it when they've got two champions. That's why I'm really concerned about the Survivor Series this year, because at the moment we've got the United States Champion, the Universal Champion, and the WWE Champion are all in the SmackDown vs. Raw Survivor Series match. We've got the Tag Team Champions from both shows as part of the tag team elimination style Survivor Series match. And we've got both women's champions as part of the women's. So at the moment, the only championship which is going to be defended is either going to be the Intercontinental Championship or the Cruiserweight Championship. And for me, that seems a little bit strange. Apollo Crews now just twisting the neck of Kane. And Apollo Crews is really in dominant form at the moment. Wouldn't surprise me if he can pull this victory off against the Big Red Machine, Kane. And I'm debating, I think Apollo Crews might be in the Rumble as well. I think it's best to have the strongest people in the Rumble. And I know that Apollo Crews and Dolph Ziggler are both going to be wrestling on the night in a singles match. But I think both being part of the Royal Rumble is going to be a good move as well. I want to make sure the Rumble, the 30-man Rumble that's going to main event the show, has the best possible talent in there. Kane has Cruz by the neck, takes him. No. Cruz fighting free from that potential chokeslam. Now Cruz taking Kane up. No way has he got the strength to do this. Spins him round, sit out, powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm going to say it right now. I think we're looking at the next Intercontinental Champion. This guy is in such an immense vein of form. And that victory against the Big Red Demon? The Big Red Machine. The Devil's favourite demon. The Demon Kane. I don't know. He's got that many different nicknames now. That's a massive win, that is, for Apollo Crews. And I think his reign of form recently is going to see him through to having a brand new championship around his waist at the Royal Rumble. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. American Alpha taking on the team of Breezdango, Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Now, can American Alpha continue to build up their momentum going forward into the Royal Rumble, or will they get a bit of a jilt here in their opportunities? I can't see it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty one-sided, but you never know. You never know on this game, do you? So here is Ready, Willing, and Gable, or American Alpha, if you will. They've lost a little bit of momentum, in my opinion, since they've gone to the main roster. I think in NXT they were so over. Now on the main roster, they've not necessarily been written fantastically well. I think the whole, I don't know, I'm confused with the whole writing style of the tag team tournament. I know they had to find a way to give Heath Slater a contract, but for me, when you've got a few really good tag teams on SmackDown, you've got a brand new tag team championships, it would have made sense for me, for American Alpha to walk in there, win the tag team championships, and start a dominant run on SmackDown. Or lose in the final to maybe the Usos turning heel. Again, that would have been a pretty sensible thing for me to do, but in my opinion, for Heath Slater and Rhino to walk out there and win the championships was a little bit, I don't know, I just think that it took some of the sting out of American Alpha, and I think they need to get that back. And at the moment, they've not even been given it an opportunity to get anywhere near the tag team championships yet, so hopefully we'll get to see that pretty soon. So these two guys have got separate entrances. They've not got a joint entrance, or is it going to break into it now? No, it is going to be separate entrances then. Okay. I thought these two guys would come out together, because they do in real life, don't they? Although it's been that long since I've seen Breezdango actually wrestle on a show. I'm sure they come out together in real life. I quite like Tyler Breeze, I must admit. He's not the most amazing wrestler in the world, don't get me wrong, but I think he has an ability. He has a decent sort of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Personality, presence in the ring. And I think he showed a lot more, again, in NXT. I think it's the writing. I think NXT wrote him so well, and they gave him some good opportunities, and of course he was involved in #1 contendership matches for the NXT Championship and stuff like that. He would have been the perfect person if NXT had a secondary championship, a mid-card championship. Then I think Tyler Breeze would have absolutely dominated it. Fandango, a man I feel really sorry for because he is a quality wrestler. He does have some good ability, and they've stuck him with this gimmick that has not really helped him too much, but then at the same time it probably has helped him because it's really got him over with a large portion of the crowd, and I think he's still liked. I just realised all the crowd had Fandango in. I didn't realise that. I've not even noticed that. This is the first time I've used Fandango on this game, though. The first time I've actually seen him at all. And, yeah, I just noticed the crowd are actually Fandangoing. That's pretty cool. I like that. Now, will Fandango be part of the Royal Rumble? That's the question. I'm still trying to figure out, like I said, what I want to do. If I could pick the entrance of people in the Rumble, which you couldn't do on 2K16, so I'm not sure if you can do it in this one, but I want to be able to pick the who comes in where, just to make sure that we get some really good people in towards the end. So we are underway. Chad Gable and Tyler Breeze. American Alpha looking desperately to get some momentum to move into the Royal Rumble and go for those tag team championships, of course, against the team of Rhino and Heath Slater. And, of course, a massive match here as well for Tyler Breeze and Fandango, knowing that if they can win this match, then there's a very good chance that they can get themselves a boost up the tag team championship rankings, which they probably should do, because this would be a massive win for them if they could pull it off. And hopefully it's been fixed now. I know from what I read there is a fix, because obviously last week when American Alpha tried to use their tag team finisher, the referee would not count the pin, which was very frustrating, but apparently that was fixed in the most recent patch. They need some more patches now just to fix some more of the things, I think. At the moment, American Alpha dominating this one. Arm drag there by Tyler Breeze. So he's going to come across. He needs to bring Fandango in because Breeze has really struggled these first opening couple of minutes. Jason Jordan able to kick both men in the gut at the same time and then punch both guys at the same time. That was a interesting one. I said guys there, by the way. It came out a little bit funny there, didn't it? But I did say guys, honestly. Jason Jordan now. Well, that was a mistake there by Tyler Breeze. I think he came across trying to run in clothesline. Jason Jordan completely missed. And Jason Jordan was holding up Fandango, and Tyler Breeze caught Fandango, his tag team partner, with that big running clothesline. Jordan now bringing Fandango back up. Northern Light suplex. Lovely move. Again, bringing Fandango back up. Fandango with the arm drag, taking Jason Jordan down. Fandango front chance where he gets on the back of Jordan. Oh, Fandango showing some collegiate wrestling of his own. Some Greco-Roman style wrestling. Of course, that's the more Olympic style. What Kurt Angle got a gold medal in. Wow. Fandango just wrenching back at the leg of Jordan. Jordan rolls him through. Both guys back up to their feet, and Fandango, and now the neck breaker. I'll tell you what, Fandango is really showing some great ability here. Tyler Breeze really struggled against Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, but Fandango seems to have turned this one around. And now what's Fandango looking for here? Oh, Fandango's hit the referee. That's not gone down well. That has not worked at all for Fandango. Oh my god. Fandango just taunting right in the face of Chad Gable now. And Fandango again with a massive tornado head scissors. Fandango's just demolishing Jason Jordan here, and you've got to wonder whether Fandango should be looked at a little bit more further up the card at this rate. Or is this just a one-off? At the moment, he's looking incredibly impressive. Jordan with a snapmare. Taking Fandango down now. Jordan does need to take the tag, and he does. Bringing in Chad Gable. Gable sending Fandango off that far rope. Catches him with the arm drag. Straight into the... I thought he was going to go for the pin, but no, he actually goes in for the armbar instead. We've already seen one submission victory this evening. And he's got the leg hooked as well, Chad Gable. Clever submission style move there. Both the arm and the leg hooked. Fandango breaks free. And Gable catches him once again, sending him into the corner. So since we've changed the submission style, it is now working, which I'm so happy about. So basically, if you are doing AI versus AI like I am, you need to go into your options and you need to change the submission style to, it's like X, square, triangle, circle. It's the old style where you just have to whack the button to get the submission victory. And it seems to be working pretty well. Of course, we saw Jack Gallagher pick up a victory earlier on in the evening. Oh, and that was a vicious stamp on the arm there by Chad Gable. And of course, that could be the sort of move that gets you a submission victory as well. Gable now, butterfly suplex into an armbar. Of course, the armbar has just been working on. Referee to see in the way of Tyler Breeze, not allowing Tyler to come into the ring and break it up. It's good refereeing, really. Fandango breaks through that big right hand right in the face of Chad Gable. Gable now catching Fandango into another butterfly suplex. Bringing him back up to his feet. Into the corner of American Alpha. Are we going to see that big finish? I think we are going to see it. Is it going to work? Oh, Tyler Breeze in to try and break it up. Oh, referee. Oh, for God's sake. They're still not counting the bloody pin. 2K, fix your bloody game. 1, 2. Oh, and it's still not enough. 2K, bring back THQ, please. This is shocking, it really is. Spinning heel kick there by Fandango on Jason Jordan. They give us one of the best rosters of a game that's ever had, wrestling-wise. Yet they just haven't fixed the actual game. There's a big leg drop by Fandango. That's his finisher maneuver. And that's it. Wow. Fandango and Tyler Breeze just picked up a victory over the #1 contenders, American Alpha. That could really stunt their momentum, but that's just really gained a hell of a lot of momentum for these two guys. That was incredible. That was really, really incredible, the way that's happened. Granted, the referee completely buggered that up because he didn't count the pin after American Alpha's finishing tag team maneuver. However, I think it would have been broken up anyway, but still, a massive win here for Breezdango. And here's our next match of the evening. We are going to see Curt Hawkins for the first time in this universe mode. He's going to be taking on Jack Swagger one-on-one. And here we go. Curt Hawkins going to get his first opportunity here in our universe mode. I'm a bit disappointed with this whole Curt Hawkins thing because they've spent so long building him up and building him up and building him up, and they were going to debut him, then they didn't debut him, then they were going to debut him, then they didn't debut him, and he got so frustrated in the end, they debuted him on main event and he lost. Like, what was the point in all that? What was the point? They could have brought him back and made a half-decent wrestler out of him. He is a very good wrestler, Curt Hawkins. He's shown that on the indie scene as Brian Myers. They had a great opportunity to do something good with him, and they completely buggered it up again. I'm a bit annoyed with it all. Hopefully they can do a bit better this time. I'm sure he's going to do better in our universe mode than what he did here, but you never know. He's got a great opportunity here to show exactly what he can do, I suppose. He's going to face off against Jack Swagger. Not the strongest man on the Smackdown roster by any stretch of the imagination, but a former world champion, so a win here for Curt Hawkins would be very, very good. And of course would help boost him up the rankings in mid-card championship-wise. Of course, Curt Hawkins used to be the former tag team champion alongside Zack Ryder, I believe, as part of the Edgeheads. So that could be an interesting little dynamic. People have mentioned a potential feud between Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, and that will be a decent feud for both involved, I think. Give a great chance for both of them to show what they can do when they're given a little bit more TV time, a little bit more chance. And Jack Swagger, the only man so far to move from Raw to SmackDown. I still think that the amount of people that Raw got, and then they got the Cruiserweights on top, it's been very annoying, really. Just how strong Raw's roster is compared to SmackDown. I would like to have seen a much more fairer split. But then again, even though you got the smaller roster with less depth in the roster, I still think SmackDown has easily been the better show since the draft. Apart from Kevin Owens being the champion, of course. Curt Hawkins taking Jack Swagger down. I sort of sound a little bit funny today. I have a swollen tongue. I get it quite often. I hate it. It's something to do with stress and being tired out and that sort of crap from work. I don't know what it is, but it really annoys me, and I can feel it making me lisp ever so slightly every now and again. So I do apologise if I sound really stupid. Hawkins now sending Jack Swagger into the ropes. Brings him back into a sit-out scoop slam. Stamping on the arm there of Jack Swagger. Brings him back up to his feet, but Swagger playing possum. Wrenching that arm over his shoulder of Curt Hawkins. Sending Hawkins off the ropes. Completely misses a running shoulder block. You'd think the game, wouldn't you? AI versus AI would actually be able to hit maneuvers correctly. A bit like in the last match where, was it Fandango went for the crossbody and crossbodied the referee instead of his opponent? You'd think the game would be set up a little bit more intuitively than that. And there are some really good points about this game that I really like, and there are some issues, as we've seen previously in the show already this evening, that are holding it back a little bit in my opinion. And they need to fix these problems because they're common problems that seem to occur every single year. And like I said, although they've made massive improvements this year, they've also quite a few things have really gone downhill. And hopefully there's another patch coming very, very soon. Curt Hawkins, great DDT there. Was that all the execution? Was that called that DDT? That lifting DDT? Swagger again playing possum, taking Curt Hawkins down. Now Swagger going to the outside. What is Swagger? Oh, Swagger's gone. Wow. Is this Falls Count anywhere? I don't recall being Falls. It looks like it might be. I don't recall it being Falls Count anywhere, to tell the truth, but we're now out in the crowd. It looks like it is a Falls Count Anywhere match. I should really check these matches when I make them, shouldn't I? To see what they actually are. And I do like the way they do actually fight into the crowd on their own, without it having to be forced upon them by humans. The AI does actually take them out to the outside. Swagger dropping his body weight onto the knee of Curt Hawkins. Bringing Hawkins back up to his feet. And there's a vertical... I'm yawning, it's been a long week. Vertical suplex on the outside by Jack Swagger. I do apologise, I'm not yawning because this is boring. I'm just yawning because I'm really knackered. Swagger now bringing Curt Hawkins back up, big knee in the face. He's stamping on the back, and Jack Swagger now in complete control of this match. It must be Falls Count anyway, because referee's not counting at all, which is good. It's getting a little bit glitchy out there though, isn't it? You can see everyone just bouncing about a bit, but Jack Swagger now doing press-ups on the back of Curt Hawkins. Swagger now locking in the armbar. I suppose there could be a submission victory on the outside as well. Swagger trying to bring Hawkins back up. Hawkins with a knee in the face, and now Swagger's bouncing around everywhere. It's a little bit glitchy out there, isn't it? Curt Hawkins, a couple of big clubbing blows against the back. Another, a big headbutt as well against Jack Swagger as they're getting closer and closer to the stage area now. I I quite like the way out here as well that punches and strikes are leading to... oh, come on. Yeah, punches and strikes make the other person sort of fall a little bit further backwards, which is pretty interesting because that's what would happen normally on the outside. See that? Look, you right hand somebody here and they go like halfway down the walkway, which is what generally happens in these matches in real life. Be fun doing it in ECW universe mode because like every single match would be like this. Every single match could be a Falls Count Anywhere match that just leads to craziness. Big uppercut there by Curt Hawkins, and they're slowly getting further and further down to this corner. There are weapons in this corner, I believe. Is there a table and that in this corner? Curt Hawkins is just sort of figured out Swagger here. Swagger keeps going for a right hand and Hawkins avoids it. Swagger now going to go for a suplex. That table is there. And Hawkins doesn't quite get there, but a massive suplex and both guys staying down. That's vicious. That's concrete floor on the outside. Both guys are going to struggle here. And Hawkins is actually up first. Up to a knee. Now there is a chair, a table and a trash can out here as well. So there's a lot of potential damage that could be done to either of these two guys. So close to the Rumble as well, because you can imagine both of these guys are probably be involved in the Rumble. I think definitely Swagger will be involved in the Rumble. Obviously being a former world champion, we can get away with it if he does win it. Knee to the back of the head there by Hawkins on Jack Swagger. Hawkins stamping on the face of Swagger now and dropping an elbow once again the back of the head, and Hawkins is in full control of this match at the moment. Lining Swagger up. On a massive clothesline, taking him down. Rolls Swagger over, there's the pin. Referee makes his way over. 1, 2, and 3, and there we go. Curt Hawkins picks up a victory in his first appearance here on Smackdown Live in our Universe mode. And it is via that big clothesline on the outside in a Falls Count Anywhere match against Jack Swagger. So very interesting there by Curt Hawkins. I'm sure that both Hawkins and Swagger will both probably be involved in the Royal Rumble. And if I've not said it already, which I have said it a few times, but if you skip through the videos you might have missed it, definitely check out the Royal Rumble because we are going to see quite a few surprises in the Rumble. A few people that you would not expect to see. And of course we do also have a 30-man Legends Rumble as well, so 30 legends are going to be there, so definitely be sure to keep an eye out for that. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be John Cena taking on Zack Ryder. Woo woo woo. And here we go. So we've not seen a lot of John Cena so far in this universe mode, have we? And this is an opportunity for him to show exactly what he has got. Of course, he will be part of the Rumble. So I'm sure we'll get a great opportunity to show us exactly what he can do there. As probably will Zack Ryder be part of the Rumble as well. So I'm really looking forward to the Rumble now. We are going to be doing that. Probably going to take me a few days to get that recording uploaded because it is going to be a lot of work. We have got 12 matches on the Rumble card. And then of course I've got to record all the little bits and bobs in the middle as well. There is John Cena then. What we're going to do with Cena, I've got a plan for Cena at the Rumble, not the Rumble, at WrestleMania. So it's going to depend. If he does well at the Rumble, then of course my plan for Mania is going to go a little bit out the out the window. But whatever I've got planned for him at the Rumble, at Mania, can always be adapted. So if Cena does win the Rumble, then of course Cena will go on to face off against the champion of SmackDown at WrestleMania. If he doesn't win the Rumble, I've got a pretty good match sorted for him already at Mania. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. So former two-time Intercontinental Champion Zack Ryder, is that right? I was amazed when Zack Ryder won the ladder match at the Rumble. I must have... why do I keep calling WrestleMania the Rumble? At WrestleMania. I was so surprised when he won that. It shocked me, it really did. So it's great to see him getting more TV time, I suppose, on Smackdown now, which he's always going to be because of the draft. And there was always going to be more time for guys like him to really show what they can do. Of course, most of it has been as part of a tag team with Mojo Rawley. But I'd like to see Zack do some more single stuff as well. I think he's very underrated on SmackDown. And I think he could be a decent Intercontinental Champion. You saw how much he got over at Mania when he won the championship, and then how much he was getting over at Raw as well when he lost the championship. Only, was it 24 hours after winning it against The Miz, or did he keep it at Raw and then lose it on SmackDown? I can't remember now. Either way, he lost it incredibly quickly against The Miz, didn't he? Which was disappointing, really. As much as The Miz has been fantastic this year as a heel Intercontinental Champion, he's really done a great job building that championship up. I felt so sorry for Zack Ryder. Of course, now Ziggler has the championship, and be interesting to see what The Miz does now that he doesn't have the belt. I'm sure he'll still be able to put on a good performance. I'm sure The Miz will get put straight into another feud pretty quickly, maybe against someone like a Zack Ryder. Or maybe The Miz can go for slightly further up the card. I can't see him going for the championship anytime soon, but maybe a feud against someone like a John Cena or a big face on SmackDown, really. I was going to say Randy Orton, but it looks like Randy Orton's gone heel now, doesn't it? With the whole Wyatt family thing, which means that there's not a lot of faces on Raw, on SmackDown now, is there really? Because if Orton's gone heel now, then the only face you really got is Ambrose and Cena. AJ Styles is a heel, Bray Wyatt's a heel, The Miz is a heel. There's not a lot of other choices, is there really? Cena now dragging Zack Ryder into the middle of the ring, and Cena completely dominating Zack Ryder now. Looking for a 5-knuckle shuffle, which I believe is an innuendo for a certain thing. And he hits it as well. And Cena lines up Zack Ryder. Up onto the shoulders. There's the AA. And there is a quick and simple victory here for John Cena. Cena is looking very, very strong, moving towards the Rumble this Sunday. Massive win for him. Zack Ryder will be disappointed with that. He got demolished. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. So a great win here for Cena. Can he take this momentum into Sunday and potentially win the Rumble and main event WrestleMania? Like I said, if Cena does not win the Rumble, he's still going to have a big, big match I've got planned for him at WrestleMania. And when I say big match, I mean huge. Cena must have the longest celebration out of anybody in this game. And now it's time for our main event of the evening. Champion versus champion. The Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler takes on the WWE Champion AJ Styles one-on-one. Both these guys defending their belts at the Rumble. Of course, Ziggler will be defending his belt against Apollo Crews. And AJ Styles defending it against Randy Orton. Of course, Randy Orton banned from the arena this evening. Shane O'Mac wanting to ensure that no damage was done to either of those two guys before the Rumble. He doesn't want to risk losing what is going to be his main event, and hopefully for him the biggest match of the evening in AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. If Randy Orton does show up this evening, that match will be cancelled. And of course, Randy's not going to show up if he knows that match is going to be cancelled, because he's the one with everything to gain from this. He is the challenger. So this will be an interesting match. Both with very, very similar styles as well, which is interesting. And of course, neither of these two guys can really afford losing this match, especially Ziggler, if he's seen the run of Apollo Crews. Victories over Ziggler himself, James Ellsworth, and then the big red machine Kane early this evening. Apollo Crews is really looking strong. And again, AJ Styles going to have to face off against a really pissed off Randy Orton, who AJ Styles attacked several times last week. There was a low blow during the promo at the beginning of the evening. There was an attack backstage as well. And Randy Orton, although he got a little bit of aggression in, AJ Styles really dominated it. Also hitting a Styles clash on the concrete floor outside as well. And I think both of these guys will just be happy to get this match over and done with as quickly as possible. They don't want to pick up any injuries in this match again. Any even niggling injuries can really be a disadvantage when it comes into defending your championship belt against the #1 contender at the Royal Rumble. So both these guys will really want to get this over and done with as soon as possible. But at the same time, they really want to get that victory to continue to build their own momentum. Your money would have to be on AJ Styles in this one. It really would. But like I said, that could be bad for Dolph Ziggler. So I did say, didn't I, that the loser between Randy Orton and AJ Styles would be in the Rumble. Now, I can't do that, I've realised, because the Rumble, I have to set the competitors of the Rumble before I can start the show. So, neither of those guys will be in the Rumble. But I'm sure both Randy Orton and AJ Styles will have a place at WrestleMania, be them the champion or not. Ziggler straight away with that complete shot taking AJ down and dropping an elbow as well, straight on him. Ziggler really starting things off well here. AJ back up as Ziggler catches him again in the back. And it's Ziggler who's starting off really strongly here. Again, another complete shot taking AJ Styles down. And again, just stamping on the back of the arm of Styles. Ziggler bringing him back up. Styles catches him the uppercut. It's around the back. German suplex. And out of nowhere, here comes the lone wolf Baron Corbin. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say right now, this is not something that I have set. This is interesting. Who is Baron Corbin here to distract as well? Is he going after the Intercontinental Champion or the WWE Champion? Very interesting. Why is Baron Corbin here? Your guess is as good as mine at this point in time. Corbin is staring down AJ Styles though. Maybe that'll give us an indication of what Corbin's looking at. Of course, we know that Corbin is going to be in the Rumble. Maybe he's coming out here. Maybe he's that confident he's going to win the Rumble. He's out here scouting potential future opponent AJ Styles. Ziggler with the head scissors now. Big elbows in the forehead of AJ Styles. Ziggler now rolling Styles over. Dropping a big elbow into the chest. And Baron Corbin liking that. Ziggler bringing Styles back up. So what effect is Corbin going to have in this match? Is he going to affect AJ Styles' concentration on the match? Or is both Ziggler and AJ Styles about as confused as we are of why Baron Corbin is out here? Big elbow drop once again by Dolph Ziggler. Into a headlock and showing off now. Ziggler went for the stamp on the back. AJ moved out the way. Ziggler went to follow him into the corner. AJ tripping him over. And going to roll him over into that single leg Boston Crab. You see AJ Styles now just staring right into the face of Baron Corbin. As Ziggler fights free from that single leg Boston Crab. Ziggler now with the headlock. Styles back up to his feet. Couple of big elbows into the gut of Ziggler. Styles taking Ziggler. I thought he was going to go for a Styles clash. Then went for almost like a jackknife powerbomb instead. Styles pulling Ziggler away from the ropes. Going to drop into a pin. 1, 2. Just about a 2 count. So still some damage needs to be done here by Styles if he wants to win this match. Stamping on the arm of Dolph Ziggler now. Dragging him away from the ropes. Still just perplexed about why Baron Corbin is there at ringside. He's obviously trying to get in the head of somebody. Styles now taking Ziggler up. Death Valley driver onto the knee. Then hooks Ziggler up into a 1916. Great combination of moves there by AJ Styles. And now you see Baron Corbin does get the attention of AJ Styles here. Very interesting indeed. I think we could be writing ourselves our own little feud here for next month. I know it's a bit of a fast track moving Baron Corbin that high up the card, isn't it? Into the main event picture. Wow, that's a big lion salt all the way across the ring. There's the pin. One. Only a 1 count this time. But of course, if Baron Corbin wins the Rumble and AJ Styles retains his championship, that could be our main event of WrestleMania. It really could go so many different ways. I think Baron Corbin's going to find it difficult though at the Rumble because we do have some surprise entrants here and there that are going to help bolster up the rosters. AJ now lining up Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler slowly back up to his feet. AJ, phenomenal forearm, he missed. God. That move just does not work very well for me because he seems to miss it all the time. Again now AJ. Got to attempt to it's too close again AJ, you're not going to hit it. And again he misses. So you see the chair is now in the ring. I'm sure Baron Corbin, if he gets the opportunity, will try and distract the referee. AJ, just use your Styles Clash. Ziggler, there's the famous out of nowhere. Really getting some height on that. Kick on the back of AJ. Now Ziggler locking in the headlock and rolls it through into a headstand. And it's a clever move that, because it looks like it's just all for show, but when you come out the headstand, you really do wrench your opponent's neck. It's much more painful. Ziggler now, right hand, zigzag on AJ Styles. There's the pin. Referee, come on referee. 1, 2, and it's only a 2 count. Tell you what, the referee, if he wasn't messing around there, that was a 3 count before he even got down to start his count. Styles now reversing Ziggler, sending him over his shoulder. Styles bringing Ziggler back up to his feet, rolls him through into a calf killer, middle of the ring, submission finisher. We've seen one submission win this evening, we're going to see a second. Ziggler needs to think about his match against Apollo Crews at the weekend as well. He doesn't want to lose momentum, but at the same time he doesn't want to walk into it with an injured calf. Ziggler now sending Styles into the corner. Ziggler hoisting Styles up onto the top rope. Ziggler looking for Frankensteiner. No, massive X Factor from the top rope. Ziggler just stamping on the chest of AJ Styles. Over the top. Almost like a natural selection. In for a pin. 1, 2. Oh, and it's only a 2 count. That was so close to a 3 count. What a massive win that would be for Dolph Ziggler. Drop kick to the back of the head of AJ Styles. Ziggler now going up to the top. Big diving elbow drop on AJ Styles. Bringing Styles back up to his feet. Another Faymaster. And Ziggler could have this match won here. But he doesn't go for the pin. He continues the assault. I would have gone for the pin after that Faymaster myself. Ziggler is struggling now with energy. It really has taken a lot out of this match. He needs to realise, and needs to remember that he has Apollo Crews in a few days' time. And Ziggler tuning up the band here in the corner. Went for the sweet chin music. AJ avoids it. But Ziggler turns back around, catches him again. Snapmare. I'm losing my voice. This match has got to finish soon. I'm struggling. There's the pin. 1, 2. Where's it going? I'm back. Ziggler now with some elbows in the forehead of AJ Styles. And dropping an elbow. He loves getting the elbow drops, doesn't he, Ziggler? Stomping on the chest of AJ. Stomping on the arm of AJ. Ziggler is dominating the last few minutes of this match. I'd be surprised if AJ Styles can hold on. That's going to be a massive loss for Styles if he can't. There's the pin. 1, 2. And Styles kicks out from the 2. Big kick in the back. Again there by Dolph Ziggler. Styles is really, really struggling now. Again, more elbows by Dolph Ziggler, bringing Styles back up to his feet. And another Faymaster. You've got to go for the pin this time, Ziggler. He doesn't. He just stands there. Come on, Ziggler. You need to go for a pin when you hit an impact move like that. Ziggler dragging Styles into the middle of the ring. There's a big elbow. Flips back up to his feet, showing he's still got a lot of energy left in him. It looks like Ziggler again is going to go for that sweet chin music. And again, AJ Styles ducks out the way. And again, Ziggler straight back on the attack. Styles just can't get back in this match at all. Every time he tries, he just can't get back in it. And I would imagine now, after those 2 reversals, then Styles must have a couple of Styles clashes lined up now. Pin once again by Ziggler. 1, 2. Again, Styles kicks out. Big kick in the back by Ziggler, kick in the head as well. Ziggler sending Styles into the corner. Ziggler again hoisting Styles up top. Styles is really being dominated in this match, and this is not looking good for him at the Royal Rumble against Randy Orton in a few days' time. Massive X Factor again by Ziggler, and surely there's no way Styles can continue on here. The more this match goes on, the more Styles is more and more trouble going on against Randy Orton. I think he should just throw the white towel in. In fairness, just throw the towel into the match here, and Styles, just get yourself counted out or disqualified or something, because you don't want to keep taking this much of a beating. If he can turn the match around and get the win, then that's great, but at the moment he's just taking more and more damage. Backdrop by Ziggler, who went to flip himself back up there, but he just lost the energy. Now he rolls over. Is he going to crawl into the pin? He does crawl into the pin on AJ Styles. Referee again. So slow, these referees, aren't they? And again, AJ Styles kicks out. Ziggler bringing Styles back up to his feet. And another famous. Is he going to go for the pin this time? No, he doesn't go for the pin. And Styles could make him regret that. Styles armbar takedown on Dolph Ziggler. Now Styles catches Ziggler, takes him up. Now this is a champion, this, isn't it? You can get dominated and then just turn the match around at the right point in time to... And no, Ziggler kicked out. Styles can't believe that Ziggler just kicked out of a Styles clash. So he's going to try again. Styles been saving these up by the looks of it. A second Styles clash, and this time Ziggler surely is 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. AJ Styles showing what a true champion is there. He got hammered for a large portion of that match, and at the end just managed to turn it around and gets himself the 3 count. AJ Styles, the WWE champion, picks up the victory here. Dolph Ziggler, the Intercontinental champion, showed a fantastic performance but could not pin the champion. And it looks like AJ Styles is going to be taking the momentum he needs into the Royal Rumble. So, of course, that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, we've seen some really good stuff tonight. We've seen this massive champion versus championship match as our main event. We saw a Breezdango pick up a big win over the tag team #1 contenders American Alpha. And, of course, the debut of the Cruiserweights here on Smackdown. Of course, be sure to keep an eye on this channel over the next few days because we'll be uploading our first pay-per-view in this universe mode. It will be the Royal Rumble. Now, the Rumble is going to be split up into 3 separate videos. I'm not quite sure whether to upload them as soon as I've done them, so they'll be split over like 2 or 3 days. Whether to upload all 3 in one go. I might end up splitting them over 3 days, just because of how long it's going to take me to make them, and then it means that you ain't got to wait too long for videos, then I suppose that could be the best way of doing it. Of course, if you have enjoyed this video, then please do hit that like button to let me know, and of course, if you are new around here and you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button as well. I don't know why I tell people that, because you all know what to do. You've all been in YouTube before, you know what you're supposed to do. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Shabby Gamer, and I shall see you all very, very soon for our Royal Rumble pay-per-view.